Meet Maya. She's staring at her geometry homework, and there are triangles everywhere. Acute, right, obtuse. She has no idea what any of that means. Sound familiar? Don't worry. By the end of this video, Maya is going to become a total triangle detective, and so are you. We're going to learn exactly how to look at a triangle's angles and name it like a pro. Let's go. Before Maya can name triangles, she needs one super important rule, and this is the rule that makes everything work. Every triangle, no matter how weird or lopsided it works, has 3 angles. And here's the magic. Those 3 angles always add up to exactly 180 degrees. Always. Write that down. This is your secret weapon. Once you know 2 angles, you can find the third, and that tells you what kind of triangle it is. Here's where it gets fun. There are 3 types of triangles based on angles, and they each have a personality. An acute triangle has all 3 angles smaller than 90 degrees. It looks sharp and pointy. A right triangle has one angle that's exactly 90 degrees. You'll see a little square in the corner. And an obtuse triangle has one angle bigger than 90 degrees. It looks kind of squished or wide. Maya is starting to smile. This isn't so bad. Let's zoom in on acute triangles first. Acute means sharp. Think of the word acute like a pointy little needle. Every single angle in an acute triangle is less than 90 degrees. The most famous acute triangle is the equilateral triangle, where all 3 angles are exactly 60 degrees. Check the math. 60 plus 60 is 120, and 120 plus 60 equals 180. It works perfectly. Maya says, "Oh, acute means all the angles are small." Exactly right, Maya. Next up, the right triangle. This one is super famous because it shows up everywhere in real life. Buildings, ramps, map grids, you name it. A right triangle has exactly one angle that is 90 degrees, a perfect corner, like the corner of your notebook. See that little square drawn in the corner? That's the symbol for 90 degrees. And here's a cool check. The other 2 angles must add up to 90 degrees, like 45 plus 45 equals 90, and 90 plus 90 equals 180. It all checks out. Last but not least, the obtuse triangle. Obtuse means dull or wide. One angle is bigger than 90 degrees, which means it's more open than a right angle. Because all angles must add up to 180, if one angle takes up more than 90 degrees, the other 2 have to be pretty small. Check this example. 120 degrees is the big obtuse angle. Then 35 plus 25 equals 60, and 120 plus 60 equals 180. Perfect. A triangle can never have 2 obtuse angles. There just isn't enough room. Okay, let's try the same kind of problem Maya has on her worksheet. A triangle has angles of 70 degrees, 60 degrees, and 50 degrees. What type is it? First, let's check they add up. 70 plus 60 is 130, and 130 plus 50 equals 180. Great, it's a valid triangle. Now look at each angle. 70 is less than 90, 60 is less than 90, and 50 is less than 90. All 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. That means this is an acute triangle. Maya got it right on her first try. Let's look at the next problem. A triangle has angles 90 degrees, 55 degrees, and 35 degrees. What type is it? Step 1. Add them up. 90 plus 55 is 145, and 145 plus 35 equals 180. Valid triangle, check. Step 2. Scan the angles. Do any of them equal exactly 90 degrees? Yes, the first angle is 90 degrees. That means this is a right triangle. And see how the other 2, 55 and 35, add up to 90? That's always true for right triangles. Maya is starting to see the pattern now. Here's a tricky one from Maya's worksheet. A triangle has angles 110 degrees, 40 degrees, and 30 degrees. What type? First, let's verify. 110 plus 40 is 150, and 150 plus 30 equals 180. Valid. Now check the angles. Is any angle greater than 90 degrees? Yes, 110 degrees is bigger than 90. That makes this an obtuse triangle. And notice, the other 2 angles, 40 and 30, are both small to make room for that big one. Maya circles her answer with confidence. Obtuse triangle. Nailed it! Ready for the next level? This is Maya's favorite type of problem. Find the missing angle. A triangle has angles of 65 degrees and 75 degrees. What's the third angle? And what type of triangle is it? We know all three angles add up to 180. So 65 plus 75 equals 140. Then 180 minus 140 equals 40 degrees. The missing angle is 40 degrees. Now check all three. 65, 75, and 40, all less than 90. This is an acute triangle. Maya is on a roll. Look at her go. Maya's challenge problem. A triangle has a 90-degree angle and a 27-degree angle. What's the missing angle and what type is it? Let's work it out. 90 plus 27 equals 117. Then 180 minus 117 equals 63 degrees. So the missing angle is 63 degrees. Now classify. We already have a 90-degree angle, so this is a right triangle. No further checking needed. Once you spot that 90-degree square corner, you know the answer immediately. Maya gives a big thumbs up. She's a triangle detective now. Before we wrap up, here are Maya's 3 golden tricks for remembering triangle types. First, acute sounds like a cute little angle, all small. Second, right means right angle. Look for that little square in the corner. Third, obtuse means big. One angle is over 90 degrees, bigger than a right angle. And always double-check by adding all 3 angles. They must equal 180. If they don't, something went wrong. These tricks never fail. Remember at the start when Maya was staring at that worksheet with no idea where to begin? Now she can look at any triangle, check the angles, and name it in seconds. Acute, right, or obtuse. And you can do the same thing. The secret is always that 180-degree rule. Know your 3 types, check your angles, and you'll never be stumped. Parents and teachers, this is a great concept to practice together with real-life shapes around the house. You've got this. Triangle Detective